First at 4, President Biden is about to ramp up his battle against COVID. What the White House is saying about a new vaccine requirement. Paula.
So this is what it's like when a kid has COVID.
She was miserable, and I've never seen her that sick before.
And a lot of healthcare professionals are saying they're seeing more and more of this.
We also have breaking news in the battle over abortion, how the Biden administration is fighting against a restrictive Texas law. And here's Brandon.
Karen, cool breezes are bringing in a few spotty showers. What to expect for temperatures, wet weather as we move forward.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, we're learning more about President Biden's plans to fight COVID-19 and encourage more vaccinations. He is expected to address the nation in about an hour. The president will sign an executive order requiring federal employees to get vaccinated, along with contractors who do business with the government. There will be limited exceptions for religious and medical reasons. Altogether, the president is expected to outline a 6-pronged strategy to ramp up the battle against the coronavirus. Increased testing is another goal, particularly in American schools. The White House says the president is sending a message to other employers.
The federal workforce is one of the largest in the country, and we would like to be a model to what we think other businesses and organizations should do around the country.
So make sure to stay with Local 4 for live coverage of the president's address. That starts again tonight at 5. We'll also be live streaming on clickondetroit.com. Here in Michigan, healthcare officials are watching the national numbers that show more and more children are being hospitalized for COVID. Paula Tutman is in Pontiac this afternoon. And Paula, you've been talking to experts and parents with children who have contracted COVID.
Yeah, and you know what? It's really, really disturbing. So we know that the numbers are going up in the nation. That we understand. They are starting to inch up in Michigan. Now, we're in Pontiac, for instance, where the vaccination rate, depending on your zip code, is below 40%. And that has a direct bearing on what's happening with the children in this community and really throughout Michigan. Today, there are two mothers who work for the same healthcare organization who are juggling their day between seeing their own patients and handling their own children who are at home suffering from COVID-19.
Her head was pounding. I could see her temples throbbing, running a high fever, 102.7. She kept crying that her neck and her body hurt.
He feels a little worse today. He started out with just a headache a few days ago, and this morning he woke up with a little bit of a cough and a sore throat, and he can't get his headache to go away.
Erin suspects her son Aiden contracted COVID from school.
We got a letter sent home from his school saying he had an exposure the week prior in school. So I got him tested Tuesday night right after I got the letter.
Dr. Tressa Gardner is the executive medical director for American Physician Partners, an organization that provides emergency medical care for hospitals throughout Michigan and parts of Ohio and Indiana. And she has her finger on the pulse on 130 different emergency rooms.
There's been just a few that we've had to transfer to an inpatient pediatric ward. But we, around Pontiac and the urgent care and in other areas where I work, we are seeing quite a few positive children.
A snapshot at the Oakland County COVID cases map shows that the under 19-year-olds are the second fastest growing group, led by the under 30s, who combined are now outpacing older folks. In our area currently, DMC has 5 pediatric COVID patients. Mott Children's in Ann Arbor doesn't have any children admitted, but on the street level at some urgent care facilities like the ones Jessica and Aaron work for, it's not just about hospitalizations, but just plain sick kids who are now testing positive for COVID.
Say it looks like Black Friday out there because there's just a line around the building. And there's a lot of positives, and there's a lot of sick people right now, and that includes children. There's more children from what I've seen.
Yeah, okay, so obviously there's a difference between a sick child and a hospitalized child. And so there's another way to look at that, and that is, okay, right now in the Metro Detroit hospitals, there are not a lot of sick children with COVID admitted to hospitals, but consider this. There was a time when there were no children admitted to hospitals because of COVID. And that's the important thing that we need to think about. Karen?
Most definitely. All right. Thank you, Paula. Breaking news in America's renewed battle over abortion. The Justice Department just announced it has filed suit against Texas over its new abortion law. Now, we just heard from Attorney General Merrick Garland, Kimberly Gill, following the latest from the newsroom. Kim.
Hi, Karen. Good afternoon. The Texas law has sent shockwaves through the country, even more so when the U.S. Supreme Court declined to block it from taking effect. So today, the Attorney General says the law is clearly unconstitutional. Texas Senate Bill 8 bans almost all abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy, when most women don't even know that they are pregnant. The new suit argues SB 8 conflicts with federal law and unconstitutionally restricts the operations of several federal agencies. The suit also argues the law is invalid under the Supremacy Clause and the 14th Amendment. It's seeking a permanent and preliminary injunction prohibiting enforcement of the statute. The Attorney General says the law is already having a chilling effect in Texas.
Because the statute makes it too risky for an abortion clinic to stay open, abortion providers have ceased providing services. This leaves women in Texas unable to exercise their constitutional rights and unable to obtain judicial review at the very moment they need it.
This lawsuit was just announced in the past hour or so. It was filed in federal court in Texas. We'll be getting reaction in the coming hours, so watch for updates tonight at 5 and also on NBC Nightly News at 6:30. For now, Karen, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Now, let's get to our first forecast. We're seeing some spotty showers on the radar. Brandon is here now this afternoon, so any chance we can get rid of this rain? 100%.
Once the sun goes down, 100%. But until then, it's a little iffy. We saw a lot of cumulus clouds blowing up this afternoon and just now getting into the 70s for most locations. So it is a cooler breeze out there, drawing in more clouds. Spotty showers, 71 at Metro, 70 in Lapeer. Winds out of the northwest, just some lake enhancement as far as clouds and showers, but not real violent with the winds. We do have lower 70s falling back into the 60s this evening, and yes, a few drips mainly before 7 p.m., clearing skies overnight. And the worst of it is sort of downstream of the south shores of Lake Huron into southern Ontario, but Eastsiders getting a few drips here in Macomb County, Karen. Again, looking ahead to Friday and the weekend, looking good.
Thank you very much, Brandon. Michigan State Representative Jewel Jones is facing a new battle over his bond. The Livingston County Prosecutor's Office has filed a motion asking the judge to revoke bond, which could put Jones behind bars. Prosecutors are alleging the Democrat from Inkster violated his bond conditions for a third time. Jones faces a hearing next week. Right now, we are digging into that emergency motion and what it says about recent alcohol testing. We'll have that part of the story when you join us tonight at 5. Dearborn police investigating a bizarre shooting incident at the Georgetown Commons condominium complex. They say one woman was shot while she was sleeping. Police have arrested her neighbor, saying she accidentally shot a gun and the bullet went into the condo next door. The victim is in the hospital this afternoon. Larry Spruill has been talking to her family and her neighbors, along with police, about what they found inside the suspect's home. That's new at 5. Now, on the latest from Flat Rock and the chemical leak from the Ford assembly plant. Starting tonight at the Flat Rock High School, gift cards will be given out for each household impacted by the spill and evacuation. Proof of residency will be required. The testing of air quality in homes began today. 1,100 homes need to be cleared. Eagle is also continuing to investigate the timeline of events that led up to this leak. It says Ford is being held responsible for the cleanup and may also face fines. We're tracking new questions right now about Michigan's unemployment system for the acting director of the UIA. Lisa Olson testified today in front of the House Oversight Committee. Of the estimated 5.3 million claims filed in the state, only 2.4 million were paid. Republicans on the panel were critical of the agency's procedures and the speed of issuing benefits during the pandemic. Olson defended the work of the agency.
Michigan is not alone in struggling to meet the demands for unemployment benefits. UI systems are unique complicated, and no off-the-shelf technology that you can install in one day and have working seamlessly the next exists. While we are close to paying every single eligible claimant for benefits they qualify for, we are not at 100%.
Olson, meantime, says the UIA is looking at options to replace its unemployment benefits and employer tax system that has been in use since 2012. Still ahead here first at 4. New smartphone that could make remote work just a little easier for you. We'll show you the new features. And Taco Bell has a recycling challenge for customers. See if you would be willing to take the extra steps to help the environment. But first, something happened in Afghanistan for the first time since the last U.S. soldiers left. It's progress, but a big question remains. And before we go to break, we're honoring Michigan families who lost loved ones on 9/11, 20 years after that horrible day. We're remembering those who died throughout our newscast this week. They're gone, but never forgotten.